Where's his office at?
Right there.
We're standing in front of it.
Hello everybody, my name is Michi Biggers, team leader for The Action, a local movement in communities across the country calling on Congress to end the Bush tax cuts for the richest 2% and to prevent the tax hike on middle class and restore fairness and progress in Congress and our country. Thank you all for coming today. Today we are here at Representative Scott DesJarlais's office to deliver a message to him that if he fails to act and keeps blocking the extension of the middle class tax cuts by refusing to sign the discharge petition, that means that all of us, every one of us, will see our taxes go up in January. The less money people have in their pockets, in their paycheck, the less money they have to spend in the local malls, and less money students have to pay for books and tuition, and seniors to pay for their medication. This is an American issue, not a Republican or Democrat issue. This is an issue that affects each and every one of us. Congressman DesJarlais has a chance to avoid a huge $2,200 tax hike on the middle class families, but he refuses to take action by signing the discharge petition that would bring to an immediate vote, extend middle class tax cuts before going over the physical cliff. The Senate has already passed a bill, the Middle Class Tax Cut Act, that would immediately extend these tax cuts for the middle class. Speaker Boehner is ignoring this bill while introducing his own half-hearted bill that only raises revenue for people with incomes of $1 million or more. Speaker Boehner offered would yield 43 less revenue than the Senate's bill. That means we will have less money for important programs that benefit working families across America. That's why we're asking Representative DesJarlais to start putting people ahead of politics. Since signed the discharge petition, vote to extend middle class tax cuts, and start putting the middle class over millionaires here in Tennessee. We are here to hand deliver letters to Representative DesJarlais telling him that we expect action. I'd like to introduce to you a few of these Tennessee voters right now. Let me introduce to you Donna Seeley from Tullahoma. Donna is a nurse practitioner and a small business owner. Donna?
Hi, as Michi said, I'm from Tullahoma. I've had a small business in the past, and I can tell you that my tax rate did not influence when we hired and how many folks we hired. Like in any other small business, those decisions rested on consumer demand. We needed customers, just like all the businesses here in Columbia and Tullahoma and other areas, Lewisburg. All those small businesses need customers too. And without the $2,000 in the middle class tax rate, tax cut that we are due back, we will not have that extra money to spend at those small businesses, which make jobs for people here in Tennessee. I am very disappointed that Speaker Boehner's Plan B, his proposal will not only eliminate tax cuts for the middle class and hurt those who can afford it least, people with young families that use child care credits, etc., but it actually is going to give millionaires another tax break, and I'm tired of it, and I want action.
Now.
All right. Thank you, Donna. Now let me introduce you to Billy Hill. Billy grew up in Lewisburg, Tennessee, and is an Army veteran. Okay, Billy.
From Lewisburg, Tennessee. I joined the Army in
1960 because of there wasn't any jobs for any African Americans at that time. So I went into the service to try to better my life, better my living skills. And I stayed there from 60 to 62. I came back to Lewisburg. I finally landed a job at a place called Genesco. Working there for 3 years, I still wasn't making any money to mount anything, so I went back into the service. When I went back into the service, I went to Fort Knox, Kentucky, left Fort Knox and went to Korea, stayed over there 13 months, and from Korea, I went back to Germany. At this time, I was planning to take my wife back to Germany, but we got so we stayed in the field so much, I said it wasn't worth you coming over there. So I left Germany. Well, I volunteered for Vietnam, and I went to Vietnam in 1967, stayed over there through the Tet Offense of '68. And then I came back home and started to, I went to vocation school on the GI Bill as an auto mechanic. And my most recent job, I retired from the Veterans Service Officer there in Lewisburg, where I was helping veterans fill out the forms, assisting them fill out the forms and getting health care benefits. As I was telling Linda yesterday evening, if the economy had stayed up, the VA probably wouldn't be as popular as it is because everybody would still have insurance, they had jobs. But since they ain't got no jobs, they don't have no insurance, so they wind up in VA. And it's a certain dollar amount you have to be below before you can get into the healthcare system. So a lot of these people have found out that's how they got into the healthcare system. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys, before the next speaker, Justin just called and asked if we could all get underneath the sign and do no tax, no plan, no whatever we did
plan B.
again, and he wants to shoot it to the White House.
Oh,
so I think this is pretty important.
Okay.
So if everybody could like squeeze in.
Okay.
Inside the White House.